I know you're a kind-hearted individual, but it's crucial to recognize that not everyone shares your nature. Our hearts naturally want to believe there's a solution for the world, and we often place our hope in others. However, if we're not cautious, we can find ourselves hurt. Unfortunately, there are many selfish individuals, and every so often they will intersect with our lives. It's essential to be aware of the signs and steer clear of such people. You've likely encountered someone who is genuinely inconsiderate, who disregards others' feelings without any remorse and exploits their vulnerabilities. Sometimes these behaviors are so subtle that we may not even realize we are dealing with a selfish individual. Let's discuss the signs that can help you identify when you're in the presence of someone like that. Some people will consistently try to make you feel guilty about various situations or feign affection in your presence while disparaging you when you're not around. It's vital to stay prepared, as sometimes outsiders may try to disturb your tranquility, but on other occasions, it can be those very people from your own family. Family is indeed a blessing, of that I have no doubt, but regrettably, some individuals may lean towards a more selfish version of themselves. In today's video, I'll share 9 signs, or rather 10 signs, that indicate you're encountering a selfish individual and what steps you can take when such individuals come into your life. Before we dive into the first sign, please take a moment to hit the like button if you enjoy gaining insights about life's lessons, and feel free to jot this down. People often wish to see you succeed, but rarely better than themselves. This is an undeniable truth. Let's move on to the first sign. Number 1, lack of consideration for others. Selfish individuals often display a disregard for the feelings of others. If you notice someone who seems to take joy in the struggles of others, perhaps they laugh or smile when witnessing someone facing a tough time, this may indicate that you are dealing with a selfish person. Such behavior reflects a total absence of empathy and can result in problematic situations created solely for their own amusement. For example, consider a coworker who, rather than offering assistance when you're feeling overwhelmed, laughs at your challenges, or a friend who, upon hearing about your personal issue, resorts to making jokes instead of providing support. These behaviors are not just thoughtless, they also reveal a troubling character. Some individuals may even intentionally instigate challenges for others, simply to experience the satisfaction of seeing someone in distress. Moreover, they can propagate gossip and incite conflicts just to relish the reactions and turmoil they've generated. Recognizing these tendencies early on is crucial to preserving your own emotional health and well-being. So it's wise to distance yourself from those who display such selfish traits. Number 2, always centering the conversation. Selfish individuals often dominate interactions, feeling uneasy when they aren't the focal point. They will go to great lengths to ensure discussions revolve around their experiences, disregarding the needs and opinions of others. Consider that colleague who insists on highlighting their own achievements while showing little interest in your contributions, or that friend who continually decides where to hang out and what to do, without ever soliciting others' thoughts. These behaviors illustrate a fixation on themselves that can be quite stifling. Such individuals may also skew conversations to maintain the spotlight, often using tactics like guilt or emotional manipulation. A prime example is a partner who constantly demands your attention and monitors your social interactions, not out of concern, but out of a desire to keep the focus solely on themselves. This self-centeredness is not just bothersome, it can also lead to harmful dynamics. It's crucial to recognize these tendencies and establish firm boundaries to safeguard your autonomy and emotional health. If you find someone attempting to monopolize every conversation or interaction in your life, taking steps to create distance and reclaim your independence is vital. Number 3, disregard for boundaries. One of the most apparent signs you're interacting with a selfish individual is feeling uneasy around them. You might experience fatigue, restlessness, or a general sense of discomfort whenever they're near. This feeling could be your instinct signaling that something isn't right. Picture attending a family gathering where everyone is enjoying themselves, but there's one person whose presence makes you feel tense and uneasy. Even if that individual isn't directly causing you any trouble, their mere existence can create an uncomfortable atmosphere. This could suggest that they lack consideration for others' feelings or boundaries. Another example might be a co-worker who consistently leaves you feeling anxious or drained each time they come near. You may struggle to identify precisely what's off, yet your body and mind seem to recognize a subtle disruption in your well-being. These sensations are not to be overlooked. Our instincts often pick up cues that our conscious awareness might miss. If you find yourself persistently feeling uncomfortable in someone's company, it serves as a warning that this person may not prioritize others' needs. Being attuned to these emotions and considering their significance can help you navigate away from unhelpful situations and preserve your peace of mind. Number 4. Inconsistent availability. Selfish individuals rarely take responsibility for their actions. They tend to shift the blame onto others whenever something goes awry, often adopting a victim mentality. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they expect you to apologize for them. For instance, imagine a co-worker who makes an error on a crucial project. Rather than admitting their fault, they quickly deflect by accusing you or another team member, insisting that the blame lies with everyone but themselves. This creates a negative work atmosphere and leaves you feeling unjustly accused. Another scenario involves a friend who frequently finds themselves in problematic situations. Instead of recognizing that their choices contributed to these issues, they consistently find someone else to blame. If they arrive late for an appointment, it's always due to traffic or some other person's actions. Likewise, when they encounter difficulties in their lives, they evade accountability, perpetually attributing the blame to others while claiming victimhood. These individuals are adept at making you feel guilty for their missteps, often manipulating circumstances so that you end up apologizing for situations that aren't your fault. This emotionally taxing dynamic can diminish your self-esteem over time. Recognizing these behaviors is vital for safeguarding your mental and emotional health. Those who refuse to accept responsibility can draw you into a cycle of guilt and manipulation. Learning to identify and distance yourself from such people is crucial for maintaining your well-being. Number 5. Reluctance to share. Selfish individuals often exhibit a tendency to withhold information or resources, prioritizing their own interests over collaboration or support. They may refrain from sharing details that affect the group, choosing instead to benefit themselves alone. Picture a co-worker who frequently takes credit for the team's achievements while leaving out the contributions of others. Or think of that friend who cancels plans at the last minute without explanation, only to find out they were engaged in their own activities instead. Such behavior not only reflects dishonesty, but also signifies an utter disregard for your feelings and the dynamics of those around them. Selfish individuals may use their reluctance to share to manipulate situations to their advantage. For instance, a partner who withholds their true feelings or intentions to maintain a sense of power in the relationship exemplifies this behavior. They might also spread rumors or unreliable information, creating discord among friends or co-workers, all to serve their own interests. Although these actions might seem insignificant at first, they can gradually erode trust and damage the foundation of relationships. If you notice someone consistently withholds or distorts the truth, even regarding minor topics, it's a clear indication that they lack regard for you and are willing to compromise your trust for personal gain. Recognizing this pattern and addressing it is crucial for fostering healthy connections. Should you discover someone demonstrates a persistent reluctance to share, it's vital to evaluate their role in your life and reflect on the potential for a sincere relationship with them. Trustworthiness is essential in any meaningful bond, and those who are consistently reticent in sharing cannot provide that essential foundation. Number 6. Reluctance to share. Selfish individuals seldom feel the need to acknowledge their impact on those around them. They rarely express guilt when their actions negatively affect others. When confronted about their behavior, they tend to twist the narrative to make you second-guess your interpretation of events. Consider a colleague who claims credit for your efforts. When you bring it up, they exhibit no regret. Instead, they rationalize their behavior by suggesting that you wouldn't have accomplished it without their help, or that they were merely assisting you in gaining recognition. This type of conduct demonstrates a complete disregard for others' contributions and feelings, highlighting a deeply possessive and self-centered nature. Another instance involves a friend who frequently makes dismissive or damaging remarks. When you attempt to discuss the effect of these comments on your well-being, they often laugh it off and insist that you're overreacting, or even imply that you're too sensitive. This behavior not only reflects their unwillingness to acknowledge the hurt they've caused, but also seeks to manipulate your perception, making you doubt your emotional response. These individuals can skillfully redirect discussions and, when you point out a fault or harmful action, they quickly adopt the role of the victim, making you feel guilty for raising the concern. This emotional manipulation is a clear indicator that the individual does not possess genuine remorse for their actions, prioritizing their own image over the feelings of others. Recognizing this reluctance to share is vital for safeguarding your emotional well-being. Those who lack guilt about hurting others often continue their harmful patterns, knowing they will face no real repercussions. Identifying this characteristic, alongside setting firm boundaries, is crucial for protecting yourself and fostering healthy relationships. If someone consistently displays a reluctance to acknowledge their impact on you, it's wise to contemplate distancing yourself from that person to ensure your own well-being. Number 7. Need for constant validation. Some selfish individuals tend to seek attention and affirmation at the expense of others. They may dominate conversations, focusing solely on their own experiences while showing little regard for others' input or feelings. This self-centered behavior highlights their lack of empathy and their need for others to cater to their desires. For instance, consider a co-worker who frequently shifts discussions back to their achievements, disregarding the contributions of others. Instead of celebrating a team success, they find a way to make it about themselves, making you feel overlooked and unappreciated. This tendency not only undermines group morale, but it also cultivates a toxic atmosphere where collaboration suffers. Similarly, a friend who makes jokes at your expense about your vulnerabilities, despite knowing how much they affect you, demonstrates this constant quest for validation. Their laughter often comes not from a place of humor, but from a desire to elevate themselves while belittling you. Recognizing this need for constant validation in someone is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being. Those who regularly seek affirmation in such a self-serving manner often overlook the feelings of those around them, causing significant emotional damage. It is essential to establish boundaries and create distance from individuals who exhibit these behaviors to safeguard your peace of mind. If you find yourself dealing with such narcissism, don't hesitate to seek help and take necessary measures to protect yourself. Number 8. Taking notice of warnings from friends and family regarding a selfish individual's character. When your loved ones express concerns about someone's character, it's vital to heed their advice. They may have observed toxic and self-centered behaviors in the past. Dismissing these signs is unwise, as the negative experiences they encountered could easily happen to you if you're not vigilant. For instance, if you begin dating someone new and your closest friends and family voice their apprehensions, mentioning that this person has a pattern of manipulation and disrespect in prior relationships, it can be tough to accept their feedback, especially when you're emotionally invested, but it's essential to give their concerns proper consideration. Similarly, when you start a new job and your colleagues quickly warn you about a particular supervisor, sharing anecdotes of how this individual often misdirects their frustrations at subordinates, contributing to a tense and demoralizing workplace, it is important to note that they aren't just spreading rumors. These are genuine warnings rooted in experience that could protect you from difficult situations. The insights from those close to you are invaluable, as they offer an external and unbiased viewpoint. Your friends and family genuinely want what's best for you and have no ulterior motives in their cautioning. If multiple people raise the same concerns about an individual, that's a compelling indication to exercise caution. Although it's easy to dismiss or downplay these warnings, especially if the person seems to treat you well at the moment, acknowledging and weighing these concerns can save you significant trouble later. If someone consistently showcases selfish and harmful tendencies, it's likely that those behaviors will manifest in your interactions with them as well. Take these warnings to heart and observe the individual's actions closely. If you detect signs of selfishness, lack of empathy, or inconsistency in their behavior, consider stepping back before the situation escalates. Your friends and family may identify warning signs that you might overlook while immersed in the relationship. Trust their insights and take steps to safeguard yourself from potential harm. Number 9, self-serving choices. One of the most insidious forms of emotional manipulation by a selfish individual is their tendency to prioritize their own needs at the expense of others. These individuals might make you feel inadequate, critiquing your appearance, interests, aspirations, and anything else they can target. It's important not to allow them to alter your perception of yourself. Consider a partner who consistently focuses on your looks, highlighting your physical imperfections as if they were unforgivable shortcomings. They may make comments like, "You could be more appealing if," or "Why don't you improve your wardrobe?" These remarks are far from constructive. They are hurtful and crafted to erode your self-esteem. Another instance is a friend who ridicules your passions and pursuits, diminishing your successes and ambitions as if they lack any worth. They might mock your dreams or interests, making you feel foolish for pursuing what you love. This type of self-serving behavior not only inflicts pain, but also sows doubt in your capabilities and self-worth. Such individuals utilize this tactic to exert emotional control, diminishing your self-esteem and making you reliant on them for affirmation and acceptance. They seek to reshape your self-image to cater to their own interests and desires, disregarding your true identity. Don't allow these people to dictate how you see yourself. You are inherently valuable and deserve to be treated with courtesy and consideration. If someone repeatedly belittles you, it's a clear indication that they are not concerned with your emotional well-being. Protect yourself by maintaining distance from those who consistently try to undermine you and seek out relationships that foster your growth and happiness. Number 10, lack of consideration for others. A disregard for the needs of others is a clear indication of a selfish individual. Such behavior can often signal deeper issues within their character. If you know someone who shows neglect or thoughtlessness towards others, it may be wise to distance yourself from that person. Imagine a neighbor who consistently dismisses the needs of those around them, prioritizing their own desires over anyone else's. Such actions not only harm relationships, but also reveal a profound lack of empathy and emotional awareness on the part of the individual. This self-centeredness can permeate other areas of their life as well. Another example is someone who takes credit for group projects while contributing minimally, demonstrating a complete disregard for the efforts and recognition of others involved. These behaviors should not be overlooked. Research indicates that selfishness is often linked to broader negative behaviors in social interactions. It's crucial to acknowledge these signs and assess the impact of being around such individuals. Recognizing these traits can be challenging, especially when our feelings of friendship, love, or respect may blind us. However, it's essential to prioritize the welfare of ourselves and those around us. If you suspect someone is consistently being inconsiderate, consider stepping back and, if necessary, addressing the situation appropriately with those involved. If you know of other signs of selfishness that haven't been discussed here, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. I'm eager to hear your perspective. If you've reached the end of this discussion, please write in the comments, "Kindness prevails over selfishness." If you found these insights useful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more enlightening content. Let's strive for greater awareness together. Until next time.